You spent 4 years studying Piaget and Vygotsky. You wrote a 40-page thesis on differentiated instruction, and you could cite the educational standards in your sleep. Then you stepped into your first classroom, and within 10 minutes, a kid threw up on your favorite rug, the printer jammed up, and you realized you had no idea how to actually open a milk carton without it exploding. Welcome to the real world of teaching, the part that didn't make it into the syllabus. Today, we're talking about the gap between teacher college and the trenches of the classroom. Grab your coffee while it's still lukewarm and join us as we reveal what they actually didn't teach us in school.
This is Teachers on the Loose.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Teachers on the Loose, the podcast where we turn teacher tales into belly laughs and life lessons. I'm Celeste.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Allison.
Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden curriculum of being an educator. All those skills, scares, and surprises that your college professors definitely forgot to mention. But first, let's check in. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at this week?
I'm going to go with a 7 for me. It was a good week. It started out great. But man, by the end of the week, I was exhausted. It's our first week back from spring break. Kids were super excited to be back. The weather, I think we had nice temperatures, maybe cool in the morning, but overall it was nice. But then it got really hot. Afternoon recess, I had duty. So kids were sweating. They're like, can we go inside? I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you guys are fine. And then the very next day, it was freezing cold at recess. So I'm going to go with a 7 because I felt like we were a little bit all over the place. But I think next week is going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be a 9. I can feel it.
I always have a hard time remembering. So my last memory of my school week was Friday afternoon. We did show and tell because they had earned it for good behavior. And so I'm going to say I'm at a 10 because that was so much fun. Just kids bringing in one thing. Like, you could choose anything. What are you going to bring in? I had a student bring in their electric guitar and play We Will Rock You.
Oh, that's so fun.
And it was like legit. Like, he was strumming and then he was even like picking specific notes and stuff. Like, I was blown away. I had no idea he even had this talent. We had trophies from soccer. We had an American Girl doll that was dressed just like Hermione from Harry Potter. I mean, it was just great to see like what is important to them and what they wanted to share. So good times.
I say I'm at like a 6. I'm just feeling like overwhelmed a little bit with things, with work and home. My kids are like busy and it's all good things, but it's just like stacks up in my brain sometimes, you know?
You guys were sick too, huh?
We were sick. We're just like getting over that hump of being sick. And then we have wrestling tournaments and just all the things, you know? Just
Super valid.
Yeah. And then this time of year, my brain starts thinking about next school year and like planning ahead for the beginning of the year. And like, so then I start overwhelming myself with thinking of too many things.
You got to live in the moment.
I know. Yeah.
Which is a great segue into my week. I'm giving it like a 3 because the trees. The trees are blooming and they're very beautiful, but they hate me and they make my eyes water and my nose run and they make me sneezy and I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So if we
We're
could
here
just
for
like
you.
Yeah, they're
bag
really
up
pretty.
all the trees right now,
Sure.
and that would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this episode is all about like all the things that you didn't learn in college, right? I went to the Board Teachers comedy show a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy that did a bit on this, and it was so hilarious. Did any of you guys get Harry Wong's The First Day of...
Yeah.
Yes.
Still on my shelf.
I have that book too.
Yeah. So back in the day, there was a guy by the name of Harry Wong, and he wrote this
The
book,
First Days of Teaching.
The First Days of Teaching, yes. And in that book, it says, you know, something that they didn't teach you in college, but you should do to be a great teacher would be to personally go to each child's house before the first day of school and introduce yourself. He went on about how he felt like it was kind of inappropriate for him to be going door to door to people's houses because
20 years ago, the world was a little different place.
I had to do that my first year.
You had to go to every kid's house.
We had to meet with every family. Yeah,
No
we had to go
way.
to their house. Yep.
That was
I taught
preschool, right?
Yeah.
I was working at a Title I school, and we did a bus ride through the neighborhood because they wanted all the teachers to understand the neighborhood that we were teaching in. So we all got in the bus and we like drove around the neighborhood. We stopped at the parks and stuff.
I think that's a great idea. I just think that like it's so different between 20 years ago till now, because if somebody just shows up a question,
Who's there? Why are you here?
Yeah,
What do you want?
Exactly, because we have the technology to say, hey, are you home? Mind if I
Right.
swing by? And so it is a little odd to think about now, but back then that was what they did. And now today we send out an email, and we used to send out postcards and all that. So that's one thing that they don't teach you in college, but that you should be introducing yourself to your students sometime before the school year starts.
Yeah.
So what else didn't they teach you in college that you have learned in all your expertise years of teaching?
I think one of the big things I remember about college is like writing out lesson plans.
Oh gosh.
Were they like 14 pages
Yes.
front and back?
Yes.
For 30 minutes.
And pages of lesson plans.
The anticipatory set.
Yeah. And then when you go
yes.
and you have your classroom and you have your planner and it's like this little tiny box. And you're like,
Smaller than a sticky note.
Yeah,
For you to
yeah.
write your lessons.
but you have all of that content in your head of like all the whole process that goes into a good lesson plan. When you bullet it out in your planner,
You're thinking about
You're-
all of the
yeah.
steps in your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like scaffolding it, right? Like
Yeah.
before you're in college, you don't think about all the things. And so then when you're in college, they make you go through all of the steps of it. And then when you're thrown to the wolves, I mean, in your first day of school, you're like, oh, I don't have to write all of this out. I know it already. Like it's just in
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah.
Along the lines of lesson plans, have you ever worked at a school where you had to turn them in?
Nope.
Oh.
You had to?
Yeah. When I worked in Florida, we had to have them in by Friday afternoon for the next week.
Wow.
That's rough.
And I remember thinking, does she really sit and read our lesson
No,
plans over the weekend?
absolutely not.
There's
Were
no
they
way.
typed?
Obviously.
I mean,
Are you
We did-
saying that was a long time
We-
ago?
Handwritten.
Wow.
well, I was just
Wow.
trying to remember, when did we start? We had computers. We didn't have laptops.
It was
Yeah.
like Microsoft Word. It was before Google Drive.
Yes.
So you had to send it via email.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness,
Yeah.
that
Sorry.
sounds awful.
We're not that old, but that is hard. Man, you had to be really prepared.
Okay, one thing I remember about being a classroom teacher, the time of day that I hated the most was pack up time.
Yes. Still do.
Yeah. That end of the day, it just always felt rushed, and there's always someone's water bottle still on the counter or jacket.
And if you think about it, your college experience was about the content, right? How to teach reading, how to teach math, how to teach science. I would say a large portion of an elementary teacher's day is so much more than the content. It's the routines and the structures and the procedures that make teaching the content run smoothly.
Yeah.
How do you transition kids from their desks to the carpet?
Yeah.
How do you teach kids how to ask to use the restroom or get
Yeah.
a drink of water? Or what do you do if you need something or somebody gets sick in the classroom? What do you do then? All those
So true.
things they don't teach you.
Oh, I know another thing they don't teach you or you don't ever talk about is like how to do parent-teacher conferences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my first conference when I was teaching first grade, and I just like, I still remember my heart racing, like, oh my gosh, I want to make sure I can clearly explain to this parent all the things and show them how much I care about their kid, and just having this overwhelmed sense of like, oh my gosh, this is so much pressure.
You didn't have your mentor teacher make you run
A
parent-teacher
conference?
conferences?
Like when you were student teaching, you didn't do a
What do you
conference?
call that person?
Yeah, your mentor teacher.
Oh, I don't remember doing parent-teacher conferences when I was student teaching.
You know
I
what?
don't
I
think
don't.
I did.
I don't think I did it either.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
don't
I wasn't
either.
invited.
But I will say that is something, if you are a mentor teacher to a student teacher,
Yeah.
you should for sure make them do
Yeah.
a parent teacher conference with you by their side.
Yeah.
Give them an easy one, but
For
then they
sure.
can walk through it and have that confidence to
Yeah.
build them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Definitely.
agree.
For me, what I don't think I realized was how much time teaching takes. And it's not preparing lessons, it's moving things into your classroom, setting things up, not liking it in that corner, taking it down, making sure everything's perfect. And then school starts and you're like, yeah, that didn't work. So let me move that again. You know, reading through your lesson plans. And now we do lesson slides. So creating all those slides, sending out a newsletter. I forgot to do mine on Friday. So I actually did mine Saturday morning. But there's just so many parts to teaching that you really don't realize.
I just saw a post on social media last week. A teacher went to a school board meeting. Did you guys see this?
No.
And she was talking about why teachers need more plan time. And so she got a big thing of butcher paper and she printed out for one day all the lesson plans, like from the actual curriculum. So everything in HMH, everything in Bridges, everything. And then she tallied how much time it would take just for her to read through it to prepare to teach that lesson. And then on top of that, how to differentiate it. And she like
And
calculated
the prep for it. Like
And
if
the
you
prep
need to
if you
make
have to-
copies
yeah.
or if you have to cut
Yeah.
out little squares or if you have to, yeah.
And I think that's the part that not only new teachers don't get, but nobody else in the world really
Nope.
understands.
No.
If you're not a teacher, you just don't maybe get it.
Well, I always feel guilty. I'm like, honey, I need to sit down and do my lesson plans. Yeah, it might have taken 4 to 5 hours on a Saturday. And I kind of feel guilty. I'm like, hey, sorry that you're cleaning the house, but I really need to do these lesson plans because I want to be prepared. And I don't want to do it during the week after school because I am exhausted. So, yes, I do my planning on the weekends.
Yeah.
And it's not fun. I do want to go. It's sunny right now. I want to go outside and play. Although it is very, very polleny. Polleny, is that the right word? There are flowers everywhere.
Yes, there are.
Yeah. I think one thing that I wasn't prepared for, to piggyback off of what you were saying, Celeste, like you have your HMH and your Bridges and your writing curriculum or whatever it is, right? And in college, they made it sound like you were the one that was going to be creating everything. Like I remember taking a children's literature class and like we had to look at every book and see like, is it diverse enough? And like we had to critique books and is this a good book for your lesson? And I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, so when I get in the real world, I'm going to have to go through all these books and figure out what is the best fit for this lesson. And then you get to the real world and they're like, here's your curriculum, use these books, here's the content that you're going to teach. And you don't have to, like, you have that springboard. And I'm not saying that you use that 100%, you don't have any creativity, but it is a springboard and it is there for you and you don't have to create everything from scratch typically.
Right.
And so like that I was not prepared for. Like I was like, prior to getting that first job, I was like making math lessons and thinking about how to use Starburst when we're graphing and all of this and that. And then I get in there and I'm like, oh, here's the
Here's your
curriculum.
book.
You teach this.
But there was a time that we didn't have a curriculum for everything, and we did have to create
Right.
all those lessons, and that was a lot. But it was kind of fun because we got to choose all the books that we really, really love. What's your favorite? What's your favorite book to teach like a reading lesson?
There's too many.
There
I can tell you my least favorite.
Oh, okay.
Ida Always.
It's not because you don't like it, it's because it is
made me cry.
emotional. It's a very
I cried every time.
sad. I mean, I had students crying, and that was when I taught first grade. That's when we all were teaching first grade. I had a student teacher one year, and I said, "Hey, how about you read this book and teach this lesson?" She still, to this day, is like, "You remember when you made me read that story and I cried?" I'm sorry, as I'm tearing up in the back.
What about all the teacher acronyms?
Oh my gosh.
I don't think
yes.
that college prepares you for the teacher acronyms.
No.
Ready? Let's see if we can just spit some out. IEP, Individualized Education Plan.
MTSS, multi-tiered system of support.
SSN, significant support needs.
ALP, Advanced Learning Plan.
Ooh, GT, Gifted and Talented, which they don't use anymore. It's now GE, which is just Gifted Education.
Oh, how about
I was gonna say that one.
MLELL?
Yep.
That one changes like yearly.
English language learner, multi-language learner. Those
You got
acronyms
it.
switch every single year.
How about
PLC, Professional Learning Community.
this one? Sometimes makes me laugh because for me it's like obvious, but BOY,
I love those
MOY,
ones.
and it's
yeah.
beginning of year, middle of year, end of year for
I
the
had a
assessment.
parent say, my child's not a boy. And I said, no, the beginning of year. And they're like, oh, sorry. How about RTI, response to intervention?
What about
SSR, sustained silent reading.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like
Deer?
deer. Oh,
Drop everything and read?
Yeah.
or a BIP, a behavior intervention plan?
oh,
Did we do PBIS?
nope.
Positive behavior intervention.
No, is
No.
it?
Positive behavior intervention support.
It is.
I thought it was, yeah.
Okay.
OT, PT,
Occupational
yes.
therapy,
Oh, yeah.
SLP, speech language.
pathology,
SOR.
science of reading,
Oh, there you go.
SOL, science of learning,
That'll look. Oh no, no,
science
no.
of learning,
PD,
professional development,
PL.
Professional learning.
They're not the same people.
AP.
assistant principal,
CBM.
Oh, shoot.
curriculum-based measurement.
Oh, nice
okay.
job. Thank you.
Oh, WIN. WIN.
What I need.
Yeah.
ESY.
Extended school year.
FERPA.
Oh gosh, federal.
Something about like you can't share medical things, but I don't know what it. I don't know the letters.
Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act.
Yeah.
You are so smart, Kelsey, to remember
Wow.
I am. I know
What
it.
about
how about-
ADA?
Oh,
that. American
Americans.
Disabilities Act. American Disabilities Act. Okay, how about UP?
Unified Plan.
I was gonna say
Preschool?
universal precautions.
Oh,
we have to
gosh,
take every single
yes.
year.
But we also have a unified, like a
Yeah,
school
and-
SIP.
Yeah.
the sack.
Oh, I am a SAC, School Assessment Coordinator.
How about ADD?
Attention
Deficit disorder. How about OCD?
Obsessive Compulsive Disorder.
Oh,
ODD.
oppositional defiancy disorder.
Wow. So, yeah, I don't think your college is going to teach you all of those acronyms.
No.
But if you're sitting in your like staff meetings in the first year and someone shoots off an acronym, it's okay to be like, what does that mean?
Just nod and smile. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, don't be surprised if you ask a veteran teacher, so what does that mean? And they give you what it is rather than the words, because a lot of times we just use it like MTSS. We all know what MTSS is, but we don't sit around and say, so in our multi-tiered support system, we talked. So sometimes you forget about like, what do
Yes.
those letters actually mean? But it means a time where we get together and we sit down and we talk about a student's needs and how we can support them and make sure that we are uncovering every stone to help this child become successful, accessing every tier.
Yeah.
Hey, I just thought of a really good one. You know what else college doesn't teach you?
What?
How important it is to be on a high functioning team that loves you, supports you, and challenges you.
Absolutely.
True story.
Like, that is such a critical part of our job, is to have people that you can trust, that you can go to, that you can bounce ideas off of each other. Like, I just go back to when we were all together and those 2-minute conversations that we would have in the doorway before you go teach were sometimes the most
Absolutely.
valuable
Yes.
PD or professional learning or whatever you want to call it. Like, so good.
Yep.
We would plan a lesson in that 2 minutes and
Right.
be so ready.
Yeah. But we would also respect each other and love each other enough to call people out when they needed to be called out in a loving way and then move on from it.
Yeah.
Man, they don't teach you that in college.
No.
No.
I think one of the big things I learned in my first few years is expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Like, that is literally
Yes.
2 years are ever the same. No matter if you're teaching the same grade or not, like, just there's always going to be a change. We are working with children. Like, nothing is ever going to be the same.
Well, yeah, like me doing my lesson plans for the whole week. Is it going to go exactly how I planned it?
No.
Be a kid that says something or something
Or
happens
time,
and
yeah,
you're like,
something.
oh, we got it. That was a great question that I have to address. Or,
And I think that that's when the best learning happens too, because you're feeding off of them and they're driving the bus, but you're just kind of guiding
Yeah.
Yeah, or those teachers down the hall thought they'd be funny and like have a smoke machine, and then the fire alarm goes off, and then there goes your lesson for the rest of the day. Like you never know.
Right.
You gotta expect the unexpected, people.
Today I was looking at an old yearbook from
gosh.
when we were in school together, and it was funny because my very first year I was a paraprofessional, and I worked in Kristen's room with one
Yes.
kiddo, and then I worked in a second grade teacher's room in the afternoon with a different kiddo. And so Kristen's student had thrown up on me in the morning. And so in one picture, I'm wearing one outfit. And then you flip to second grade where we had our picture in the afternoon, and I'm in a different outfit. But the
Oh
picture
my
was taken on
gosh.
the same day. But I had to go home and change because I have now learned to keep a spare set of clothing in my car or in my classroom so that if something like that were to happen, I am
Yep.
set.
Hey, but they didn't teach you that in college,
They
did
didn't
they?
teach me that in college.
Left that
so-
one right out of the
Nope,
syllabus.
it wasn't even in there.
You know what else wasn't in the syllabus that I
What?
think is really important? The art of reading the room.
Oh, yes.
I think when you are a baby teacher, you go through the lesson plan from point A to point Z, right? And you
Yeah.
follow it to a T,
Yeah.
and you don't really pivot because you just want to get through the
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
But there's something magical that happens when you gain experience and you just learn to read your kids and what their needs are and how to pivot mid lesson. That is an art that they don't teach you.
No.
Well, also like when they need a break, because I remember a few student teachers years ago, they would be teaching and the kids would just be staring at her or out the window. It's like, oh, you're losing them. But she was teaching the lesson beautifully. But it's like, hold up. They need like a brain break. You need to have them stand up, do something. Because, yeah, they can only sit for so long.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
only listen for so long.
All right.
Can we talk about how many tutus I have?
They don't teach you in college how many tutus to buy.
Yep. How many times you're gonna dress up?
Oh my gosh.
not just
that's
pajama
so
day.
True. So many
There's
dress-up
so
days.
many dress up days. I love it. I think
Why is
I
that a thing? That's
have
a
5
thing.
tutus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's
It
fun,
is fun.
and the kids love it when you dress up.
They do.
What else? I don't think that they teach you how to hold your bladder and how to train your bladder.
True story.
It's an Olympic sport, people.
Yeah.
It is.
What about sub plans?
Oh,
Goo.
gosh.
God, that's the worst.
That is the worst.
But yeah, there could be a whole
And-
class on that.
And to be proactive about them because
Yes.
there is
Gosh, yes.
nothing worse than in the middle of the night getting sick and feeling like poo and knowing that you have a choice to make. You can either suffer through and show up at work and be miserable or get up super early and write those lesson plans. But if you're proactive and you have the shell and all the details in there and you just have to tweak a few things,
Yep.
it makes it so much easier.
It does.
So true.
I learned that from you, Celeste.
Here's the thing. So I have a shell, and then I just found out last week, the week of CMAS, which is not a week, it's weeks, your schedule changes 100%. I had no idea that happened because I used to work in a primary school. We didn't have to change our schedule at all for CMAS. But now that I'm in a K-5 school, I'm like, wait, what? They have
it's not
specials in the morning
It's
now?
not called CMAS. They're
Yeah.
called the CMAs, remember?
Oh, the CMAs.
I
Okay.
mean, I had no idea what they were talking about because I, Allison, was with you at that K through 2 school. So when they started talking about CMAS, or no, I saw the letter CMAS. I'm all, CMAs? What are the CMAs? And they all lost it because they all had either, upper elementary or K through 5. And yeah, we still call it at our school CMAs.
Yeah,
CMAs
like-
are coming. Yeah, they don't teach that in college, though.
Not at all.
I got another good one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't teach you that you will need to get your engineering degree in fixing copy machines.
Oh my
And
gosh,
laminator.
it's so
They
true.
do not tell you that it could be 7:15 in the morning and you've got kids coming in 3 minutes and you are elbow deep in the
Yeah.
copy machine
Yeah.
and there's ink all up your arm and you're calling for Allison because you know that she's your girl that can fix it. And
Hey, I had you, boo.
you did have me on several occasions. I think I even have a video of you fixing it
Yeah.
for me.
That's a good talent.
Sometimes you just have to talk to it in the right way.
In
Yeah.
a nice way. I can see Celeste yelling at it.
Another thing they don't teach you, all of the unexpected injuries that happen or things that
Tell me more. What are you
or
talking
things
about?
that children might think that like you're gonna fix this for me, like anything little from like Mrs. Larson, look, I've got a canker sore, can you help me, it hurts
my
so
gosh,
bad,
yeah.
and I'm like, I can't help you with a canker
No,
sore.
you know
put a
what
Band-Aid on
fixes
it.
it?
What?
They don't teach you this in college.
Oh,
A
A
wet paper towel.
It is magic and it
Exactly.
fixes everything.
Yeah, they
does.
don't teach
You got a
that.
headache? Go get a wet paper towel.
Yeah.
I think
I
that'll
got
make
this
you feel
little
better.
bump on my finger.
Oh, sweetie, go try a
go
wet
get a
paper
wet paper
towel. I
towel.
think that will
I
really
think I
help
have
you.
a splinter.
Yeah. Okay, let's try a wet paper towel.
Mrs. Spraker, my arm is bent wrong.
Go to the nurse. The wet paper towel is not going to fix that one.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and I was not prepared for like all like the child who got his head stuck in the chair
Ooh,
and
yes.
having to call the custodian and say, hey, can you somehow figure out a way to get the head out of the chair? Like, I don't know how he got it in there. I don't know how we're going to get it out. We might need a saw at some point to just cut the chair in half. I don't know.
No, this really happened to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. In
A
kindergarten.
head in the chair?
Yeah, you know how they have the little hole in the back of the chair?
Yeah.
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 How did he get
I
it
don't
out?
know. And then his ear was caught, and I'm like, well, just fold the ear back. And it didn't go in the way that it came out.
Did you have to call
They-
the fire department?
No. Our
How'd you do
custodian got soap.
Oh,
And then-
wow.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
like
he
the
was
kid with
yeah.
the elbow.
I
in
have
the
a picture of
doorknob.
that, and that
Yeah,
was
the kid with the
Yeah.
elbow in the doorknob. and then it-
Celeste. That was Celeste. It was so funny.
First of all, let's clarify. Was not my child. Was not my
It was
circus.
a kindergarten teacher, and she had
No idea that his arm was stuck in the door right next to my room. Like, just closed her door and went about her business.
Tell us more about that, Celeste. What you were standing by the door waiting for your students to return from recess, and you're like, Kristen, help me. I'm like,
You legit turned around, walked in your door, and closed the door. Pretended like you did not
that
see
is
me
not
or
what
hear
I
me
did. I called the office for help,
while
and
you were
then-
where?
and then I proceeded to teach my children the lesson while you were at the door waiting. And your students, who knows what they were doing?
I don't even know who this kid is, but his arm is stuck. And what's the best part of it is our principal was out of the state. And it was the first time our assistant principal was like in charge for the day. And the panic on this man's face.
Oh my gosh.
But again,
They were ready to call the
custodian
fire
to the
department.
rescue. I
Right?
think.
Yeah.
I
Did
think
they
he
use
went
soap
to the
again?
No, he
No,
went
it
to the
was-
kitchen and
yes.
got Pam like
Yes.
spray.
Oh, okay.
Even the nurse was stumped. She was like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Kitchen saved the day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Another thing that they don't teach us in college is it's not just injuries, it's also all the weird diseases or illnesses
Yeah.
or head pets that come to school that we're not quite
Yes.
prepared for, or they're
Or
Or
like
the lacy rash all over your body, and you're like,
yeah, or the eye that has like goop dripping out of it. And you're like, I think I might have pink eye. And you're like,
Yeah, you do.
Yikes. All of those childhood illnesses that you're like,
All right, guys, time for a round of rapid fire.
awesome. I love this part. I love this part.
Okay, which do you prefer?
just go with it. Just
Okay.
go.
Just what do you prefer? Teacher edition. Perfectly crafted lesson plans or flying by the seat of your pants?
Perfectly crafted lesson plans.
Same.
Flying by the seat of my pants. You knew I was going to say that.
Yeah.
'Cause I just love how it goes in authentic different directions.
I love it. Grading at home or staying late at school?
At home.
At school. When I come home, I want this to be a place to relax.
Okay, would you rather be the student teacher or mentor?
Student teacher.
Mentor. I think that's what I want to do in my next life.
Mentor.
You two can teach me.
Okay.
I'll pass.
You are, in a way, her mentor right now.
Yeah. Wow. And you're passing?
Well, you know what? We've laughed about and reflected on the hidden parts of this job that no professor could ever fully explain. It's clear that while the degree gets us in the door, it's the heart and the hustle that keeps us in the classroom.
All right, listeners on the loose, your challenge this week is to find a newish, maybe 1-2 year teacher in the building and share a tip that you wish someone had told you during your first year. Let's pay it forward.
And we want to hear from you. Tag us on Instagram at Teachers on the Loose or on TikTok at TeachersOTL and share your story. You might just hear about it on an upcoming episode.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. And remember, they didn't teach us everything in school, but every day we're learning how to help kids navigate in a world that doesn't come with a lesson plan.
So grab your favorite Flair pen and meet us back here next week on Teachers on the Loose.
This is Teachers on the Loose.
Holy bananas.
I don't know.
I feel like we started strong and things fell apart.
And what are the things
what's
that you
this?
got? What is that legal? Can we say what are the things that we
That's
got from our
that's a HIPAA violation.
Why don't you
cannot-
start?
You cannot ask me. Oh my
stomach
God.
bug.